love marriage because marriage gave me a child. And I was so happy. And then your parents in the audience, make some noise. Yeah, very few, they're just tired. They're like, My son's name was Zamir, which means one who keeps his father up at night. It's a beautiful name. Couldn't find the Arabic word for mistake, you know what I'm saying? I don't mean that, you know. We love our children, No, a lot of pressure on the modern dad to help out. But all men, we do the same thing if we want to get out of helping out. You know, we all do the same thing. We all act stupid. And it gets us out of doing work. Like my wife be like, babe, you want to change him? But we just got him. But in the beginning, I actually wanted to change my son's nappy. I was excited about it, you know. It was amazing, you know. But no one warned me that changing a boy nappy is freaking dangerous. There's a weapon aimed in your direction. And there's no safety switch on this bloody weapon. It can go off at any point. He used to treat me like I'm a burning building and he's the fire department. All the time. And then they grow up and they do very similar things. You know, 1 minute they're moving around the house at top speed. The next minute they stop. Get that look like George Bush at a press conference. And then you hear... And it's only when there's visitors, he's holding on the visitors like Zamir, leave the Jamaat brother alone, I'm sorry. No. 3 days, brother, 3 days, I'll take 3 days. Also, I've noticed a few physical changes that happen in women after birth, which are kind of bittersweet. Basically what happens is the assets get much bigger. But it's not for you. It's for the little midget parasite. And my kid, he always lets me know this because whenever he feeds, he always stops to give me this look. He's always like... You want this, don't you? Yeah, have some. Psych! I've got to carry him around all the time. You know, I have to learn how to do things with one hand. I'm pouring and I'm tying my tie and I'm thinking, if only I did something with one hand about 9 months ago, maybe both hands would be free. Don't mean that, man. But Indian people don't like it when you use the sexual innuendo. Eh? They don't like it. No, you can't talk about those things. It's not proper. There's 1 billion people in India. Actions speak louder than words. Okay, baby, we can do it, but we can't talk about it. Don't say my name. I don't want to know your daddies. I don't. But the truth is, you know, new parents are very, very concerned, especially new parents, very concerned. Now, any little sound a baby makes, new parents behave like those meerkats that you see on National Geographic. You know, like the parents be sitting outside, babies in the room, you know, any little sound they hear. It's like you need one of those crocodile hunter guys over there giving commentary. Over here we have the new male parent. Observe the bags underneath his eyes. And the look of frustration on this male's face indicates he has not mated for a very long time. Remember that crocodile hunter guy, Steve Irwin, you know, passed away, but he was a hectic dude. He'd go, crikey, over there's an animal that can kill a man in 7 seconds. I'm gonna go and poke it with a stick. That's why I don't think you'll ever get the Indian crocodile hunter, bro. You'll never get that. Over there's an animal that can kill a man in 7 seconds. Which is why I'm still in the car. But don't worry, I paid a Malawian to go poke him for me. He'll do it, he doesn't have papers, he'll do it. Hey, Amba Malawian, Amba! Hey, they don't even understand you when you speak to them in their own language, man. Amba! Where he goes? Indian people confuse Mensa with how they speak to them. Confuse them all the time. Because Indian people will talk to their employees, the people who work for them. Boss, what you doing? Was there some sort of restructuring of the company? Also, we like remembering our kids these days on cell phones, with pictures and video on the cell phones. That's what we do all the time. And men and women react very differently, like show a woman, this is my son. Oh, so gorgeous. He looks nothing like you. It's gorgeous. Oh my God, so gorgeous. Show a guy, this is my son. Oh, is this a new iPhone? It's amazing. But I'm having another child soon, very, very soon, in September, inshallah. Thank you. My wife doesn't know, but it's not very misogynistic joke there. No. Another child, very, very soon, very exciting. Very excited. That's my son there. I think that's him. I'm not sure. Maybe it is. The baby there. Maybe the baby is not understanding the jokes. Okay, I'm going to tell the baby a joke. Let me tell you this joke. Yes. Did he catch it? He's not laughing. Maybe he heard it already. I don't know. Let me try this one. Still not laughing. Tough crowd. No, but this time, they advise you to get a water birth. Has anybody experienced that? That's a big thing. Get a water birth. So we went to this new age, midwife. It was like, yes, it's the most natural thing in the world for a human being to give birth in water, listening to whale music. So I'm listening to the CD. It was recorded on Komachi Beach in Cape Town. I don't know if you hear about the whales that got shot when they beached themselves? Hectic, bro. And no one knows why whales beach themselves. And I thought, maybe they new age whales trying to give birth the natural way. How many parents, by round of applause, have kids like younger than 5 or from 5 below? Yeah, tired they are. So happy to be out of the house. Because we do love our children, but they make us stupid. The more time you spend with your kids, the more stupid you become. Your brain capacity decreases. This is a biological fact. You believe this, ma'am? Hey, you don't think so? I'll prove it to you. Parents, grandparents, you ever been watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse? Or Barney the Dinosaur or something like that with your kids, right? You're watching it, right? Halfway through, the child gets bored and leaves. The child is gone. And you find yourself still sitting. Barney. All I want to do, is watch CSI, About round of applause, how many people love CSI? Hey, I love CSI. Right, but because I'm tired all day, I fall asleep at night when I want to watch CSI. And because I watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse all day and I want to watch CSI at night, I dream that there's a CSI Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. It's not cool. Mickey Mouse comes out there, sunglasses, suit, pshing, gel there, chest there, pshing. Ha. Donald, it seems like Daisy has died. Hey, what's your big idea? She seems to be covered in an oat-like substance. Let me check. Just like I thought. I'm sorry, but I'd love Mickey to say this. Semen. And Goofy's like, seaman, but I don't see a boat around here. What are you talking about, Bookie? Yuck. Oh, boy. I do apologize for mentioning that, people, but have you watched CSI? Have you watched that program? That's the first thing they find on every single crime scene. Every episode, every week. I think that's why they actually call it CSI. It's collect semen immediately. That's how it is. Don't mean to be rude, but it's true. And then you got to take kids to like play places. Like we got this place in Cape Town called Busybodies. It's like your Bambanani. It's an indoor play place. It's called Busybodies. This is a true story. And Busybodies, they got like an indoor jumping castle and some jungle gyms and stuff, toys for the kids to play with, and like a little coffee shop on the side so the parents with young kids can have coffee. But parents with young kids don't have coffee like you single people. Young single people go to like, Vida E Cafe with your iPads and espresso, abrigado. Parents with young kids, we don't have coffee like that. We have coffee like refugees. You just sit there. Thinking of your lost dreams and so. The child is on the side. So my kid takes his Buzz Lightyear to Busybodies because he needs to take toys to a place with toys. Right? Obviously, another kid takes his Buzz Lightyear. He's very, very happy about this. Kids open their mouth wide and they cry. They look like that Chomp ad. And they never stop crying immediately, They always take a long time to wind down. They do this thing. Especially when they're upset with you. Daddy, you're not my daddy anymore. I'm going to get a new daddy from the daddy shop. But the worst cry for me, is a silent cry. That's the worst cry for me, Because the cry I'm talking about looks like a cry in every single way, but there's no audio until much later. This cry is very difficult to deal with because you as a parent, you think the longer it takes from the start of the cry to the sound actually coming out, the more emotionally damaged the child is getting. Very difficult to deal with. Like my daughter said, Daddy, can I have a sweet, please, Daddy? Not now, my baby, it's almost supper. Yeah, take the sweet. Thank you, Daddy. They do that to you, eh? Sure, now I'm freak tired. But anyways, the child took my son's Buzz Lightyear, right? And it was fine, but then I had to deal with a Constantia mom. The mom, even though she's more in the wrong, she feels the need to give you advice. I'm so sorry, but Sheldon is used to other children sharing with him. We went to this course, parenting course, and we learned this concept called sharing is caring. You should try it. Mother chut! You're following, Lizzie. You're following. It's like the Indian Youmasa. But I didn't say that. I kept it inside my head. I didn't say that out loud. To make matters worse, she started treating me like a brown man. Like we're sitting at adjacent tables, and she happens to notice that her handbag is halfway between us. So she does this maneuver. And I'm like, oh no, you didn't. Her child just took my child's thing, and I'm still the suspect.
I'm a medical doctor. I'm a pretty well-known comedian. One day I could be Sir Moosa. I don't need to steal your handbag. So later on, I took the bag. Went outside, made a couple of phone calls. She came out all upset. What the hell do you think you're doing? I learned this concept called sharing is caring. It's going to be especially difficult for one of my kids because he's very pious, mashallah. Very pious, very spiritually inclined. He's very religious. More religious than me. The 2-year-old. I'm not joking, eh? I'm not joking. From 1.5, he was making all his salahs, all prayers, 5 times a day. From 1.5, 5 times a day. My wife is very good. She teaches them very well. Me, I'm a bit more of a playful influence. When he's with me, I'm listening to my old school music, Mr. Lover, lover. They call me Mr. Bombastic. Tell me fantastic. Touch me on my box, she says I'm Mr. Romantic. Tell me fantastic. Touch me on my box, she says I'm Mr. Mr. Lover, lover. And he's always like, come and make salad, daddy, come and make salad. Turn that off, daddy, come and make salad, daddy. I'm like, don't you want to watch Bonnie? Bonnie must also make salad. He even makes the domestic worker make salad with him. The Zimbabwean domestic worker. You know how weird that is? You come home, it's like, why didn't Auntie Patricia do the ironing? Auntie Patricia's making maghrib over there. She doesn't even know what she's doing. She's just falling in. And this is very unusual for a little one to do that. Usually kids are balls of chaos. In mosque, I'm sure in church. The other two, my older two, they weren't like that. Like my son, my older two, when I would take the older one to mosque, it was like rolling a dice. It could go crazy because we stand in rows, right, or safs, right? And once the prayer starts, we've got to concentrate. So the prayer starts, and this bra goes for a walk. Stops and he stares up at a random uncle. In his face. Confusing the uncle. They're chaotic. But not my Riksan, not my baby. No, and I just want you to picture this, just a little guy, a little dude, with a kurta, a little topi, little beard. He's very pious, I told you, very pious. And he makes the call to pray all day. And obviously he's 2, so he doesn't pronounce it correctly, but his conviction is there. He even gets upset with the older 2, if they're not concentrating. This side does it, exactly. It's like, you feel spiritually uplifted. And you list for Nando's for some reason. And obviously, I'm very proud of this. Obviously, but spiritually, you're supposed to suppress pride. But I want to tell everyone. I'm telling random people. Assalamu alaikum, this is my son, my son. He's 2, from 1.5, he's making all his salahs. All his salahs. Like he even knows how to make adhan. My son, make adhan for the uncle. Come on. I taught him that. And the guy's like, so you do want lemon and herb, mild, hot? And I shouldn't do this to them. I shouldn't do it to him. He's two, you know? And pride will come and get you, you know? But I'm telling everyone, I even told the imam of the mosque. I'm like, Imam, salam alaikum. This is my son, my son. He's 2. From 1.5, he's making all his salahs. All his salahs. He even knows how to make adhan. My son, make adhan for him. Come, make adhan. Mr. Lover. No. My wife likes that song. My wife. Don't be proud. They'll come back to get you. Don't be proud. You know, and I can't even be upset with this dude, man, because he's so sweet. You know, he does something wrong, he's always like, sorry, daddy. Sorry, daddy, with me, daddy. Sorry, daddy. Drop the cell phone in the toilet. Sorry, daddy, with me, daddy. Specifically goes to get the cell phone and drop it in the sorry, daddy, with me, daddy. He did this 6 times. 6 times with 6 different iPhones. iPhones, not regular phones, iPhones. You know how people buy iPhone 6? I bought the iPhone 6 times. But the 6th time, I was ready to flush my son. Really, like, faradado. But I can't even be upset with him, you know? Always try to remind son, what do you think you're doing? He's like, Can we make salad, guys? Can we make salad? Cell phone is Dajjal, daddy. Cell phone. The devil.
You have to band together, right, against the kids. Marriage is about balance. You're supposed to complete each other. It's about balance. Like, for example, the things that I don't do well, my wife does well. And the things that I do well, she does better. So it's equitable, you know? But you have to band together against the kids. Because my kids, I've got 4 kids. We've been overpopulating the earth. And the babies, they fight all the time, bruh. Like, I have to go to the toilet, bruh, for just some peace of mind. But the minute I, like, close the door, it's like, Dad! Mom took my Bakugan! It's not your Bakugan, it's my Bakugan. No, it's my Bakugan. Your one's the red Bakugan. No, my one is not that one. You lied to me, Dad put it for me. No, you lied, you did. I have to suck it back up. Guys. What's the problem? Give Daddy a chance, man, please. Stop fighting. I can't get their shoes on. They never want to have their shoes on. Even my eldest, you can't put his shoes on. He's got this big hobbit feet, bruh. Hairy feet, and he can't, like, he's like a farmer, dude. Never wants to put his shoes on. I want to change his name to Muhammad Kobus or something. Get him a 2-tone kurta. You know, veldskoen fez. I don't know if they have that. Veldskoen hoofs. You know? Right, and then the third one, right? He's always got his shoes on, top on, but no pants. He's one of those lighties, you know, just like, wearing the Batman top, Batman muscle top boots, mask, but just yo. Dad, I'm Batman. Who's that Robin over there, bro? Is that Robin? And I can't manage him as well as my wife. I just can't. You know, I try. I don't beat my kids, so I negotiate with him fearlessly, right? But my wife doesn't even have to negotiate, talk, nothing. She just has to adjust the size of her eyeballs. I don't know how ladies do this. She has to increase the diameter of her orbicularis oculi muscles, the circumference of her orbital cavity, and they jump, bruh. Like me, I'm negotiating, bro. Zamir, I came here 10 minutes ago and I told you Mom wants to go shop, right? I said, I'm going to come back in 10 minutes. I want your shoes on. So 10 minutes later, your shoes are still not on, bro. Okay, miskien verstaan jy nie. Mohammed Kobus. Sit jou veldskoene aan, asseblief, my maatjie. Jou mami wil winkel toe gaan. Poepel. And he's like, don't worry, Dad, I'm going to do it now. I just want to play 2 more hours of Fortnite quickly. My wife doesn't play that. She just comes in like this. And he's like, oh! It's like he grows the shoes on. Mom, I did all my chores. I did my salah. I did my Quran. I did my homework. Mom, that's a good choice in green dress, Mom. It's beautiful, Mom. Mom, can I carry your handbag to the car? Dad, get in the car. You always take so long, Dad. I tried that thing with my eyes once, dude. I was like, Samir. He's like, Mom, I think Dad's having a stroke or something. Not as effective as they are. You know, not as effective as my wife. And I don't beat my kids because I don't believe it's effective. I don't beat my kids. I don't believe in beating anyone. I got that philosophy from Will Smith, bruh. Right? And I don't beat my kids because I don't think it's effective, bruh. I'm thinking more like a taser. Don't act like you never ever thought of that before. Guys, it's time for bed. I'm not tired. Okay, here's an olive branch, right? Not a taser, tranquilizer dart as a peace offering. And I'll support my statement because, I'll tell you why, because sleep is good for children, right? So this is a way you can discipline them, cause them to sleep, because sleep increases growth hormone secretion, which causes like frontal lobe development, which potentiates executive planning development. So this is the way in which you can actually discipline the child and improve their overall neurological prowess. Some of you clapping, some people WhatsApping child services. Quick. Yeah, just getting his children with tranquilizer darts, bruh. I just want to do it. I dream of it sometimes, you know, with my daughter. Love her to bits. She's my baby, bruh. But she doesn't stop. Teenage girls, they don't stop. Continue, bro. Brilliant. Never stop. Dad, can I have a cell phone, please, Dad? Dad, please. Can I have a Huawei phone? It's a BTS phone. Please, Dad. Please, please. Why am I saying so many please? Because you asked me to ask nicely, and I'm saying nicely, please. Please, please, Dad. Please, I love you, Dad. Please. Please, Dad, please. Can I have a cell phone? Please, Dad, please. Please, I'll do anything, Dad. Please, please. I know we can't do it now. Why? Why, Dad, please, why? Well, because first of all, your school doesn't allow it. Also, like money doesn't grow on trees. But money is made out of paper. Where does paper come from? Dad, don't worry about the cell phone, Dad. I just wanna lie down here for a minute. Dad, the tiles look so comfortable here, Dad. You never told me the tiles look so comfortable. You must get me some towels for my mattress, Dad. Can you give me some towels? I'm just gonna lie down here a little bit, Dad. I love you, Dad. We love our kids when they sleep, eh? We got so much love for them. Babe, this is our daughter, mashallah. Allah blessed us with this perfect creature. You know, I'll do anything for her. I would die for her. Dad, can I have a...
You don't know how to discipline kids also. There's a debate on how you discipline kids these days. Hey? There's a debate on whether you spank or don't spank. You know? In the past, there was no debate. But these days, they advise you to negotiate with the kids. Hey, negotiate. Listen here, Chad. I'm getting down to your level so you can feel non-threatened. Chad, I want you to express yourself in whatever way you want to express yourself. So grow up into a confident and unique individual, confident in expressing your inner truth in an organic and holistic way. But seriously, you need to put the gun down. And I'm very disappointed that you shot Granny, hey? I'm very disappointed. In the past, there was no debate. When you got spanked, it didn't get spanked. Like I was negotiated with as a child, which is probably why I do this for a living, right? But most people, you know, at the very least, there was no debate. At the very least, it was just a shot. That was the extent of the communication and the negotiation. Tidy this place up. No! You weren't even allowed to cry. Why are you crying? I'll give you something to cry about. Are you still crying? The past is no debate, you know? And I try and negotiate with my kids, you know, but it's very difficult for me because my wife's family is originally from KZN, and that I fear and suspect that my son Zamir has received the Durban Indian gene. Because he's got a far superior natural negotiating ability to me. As a Cape Townian, I'm not equipped to deal with this level of negotiation. Now, I don't mean he's like a Chatsworth salesman or anything like that. I asked him to brush his teeth, and he's like, look, Lani, do I need to brush all my teeth? How about I brush every second tooth? We take that as we put it under the pillow for the tooth fairy, we split the profits. What do you say, Lani? I don't mean that. I mean, whenever we parlay, I come out second best. I don't know those bras manipulating me. There was one incident when I told him, Zamir, please pick up your Lego son. He's like, okay, Dad, no problem, Dad. You're the best dad in the world. I tell all my friends, you best dad in the world. Because you're a doctor, comedian, magician. You play with me, you show me magic tricks. I'm definitely going to pick up all my Legos, Dad, because I love you so much, Dad. And you're the best dad in the world. Dad, will you help me, please? So look at me like a mother. I'm like, okay. I'm the best dad in the world. A second later, he goes, oh, Dad, I got an emergency, Dad. It's a number 2, Dad. It's number 2. And it's a big one, Dad. It's massive. It's massive, Dad. So I'm going to go quickly, Dad. But you continue over there, Dad. I will be back shortly. So 10 minutes later, I found that I picked up all the Legos. On top of that, I have to listen to the call, which is very scary for a husband who's alone at home without his wife. We all know this call. I'm finished! So I'm on the phone for Zana. How long will it be? How long? 2 hours. Okay, he can wait. He can wait. So I had to, help him with his ablutions, right? And Muslims, we're very thorough, right? And I was approaching it with extreme caution and trepidation because he said it was going to be massive. That was his word, massive. And this is how I suspected he was manipulating me. I was expecting it to be massive. But when I looked in, it was like a little Rice Krispie. Like a Cocoa Pop or a Popo Cop. I don't know if that'd be more apt. To be fair to him, it could have been one of those that he made that was so heavy. It flushed itself out of sheer momentum. Don't act like you've never been there before. It's a weird experience. You do your business and then you turn to flush, but before you flush, like, where's this thing going? The case of the missing doo-doo. He didn't say anything. He was just looking up at me, smiling. An evil smile. Didn't say anything, but when I leaned forward to clean him, I thought he whispered in my ear, "Look, Lani, don't hate the player, hate the game." In charge, these kids, man. In charge.
But you realize, that your life changes when you become a parent. There are a few defining moments. One of the moments for me was when my wife walked into the room wearing cabbage leaves. Some of the people know what I'm talking about over there. For those of you who don't know, when a mother breastfeeds, one of the side effects of breastfeeding is called breast engorgement, and it's very, very painful. And one of the natural remedies for this is wearing cabbage leaves, because it soothes it. And when I saw this, I realized my life would never be the same again. Because I'm used to her wearing Licenza Temptations. Now she's buying lingerie from Fruit and Veg City. Also, I used to be able to watch, all these different, news programs and stuff, current events. Now all I get to watch is Barney the freaking dinosaur. 24 hours a day. Gather around, kids. Let's sing a song. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, knock at the door. 5, 6. I think I know why the other dinosaurs are extinct now. They killed themselves. They couldn't take this bride anymore. But apparently Barney the dinosaur has been exported all over the world. There's even a Chinese version of Barney the dinosaur. Could you imagine that? Gather around, children. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. And do it quickly. Nike is expecting a shipment. I had the privilege of going to the capital of China, Cyril Dean. I don't know if you guys have been. It's an amazing place. I had acupuncture over there, acupuncture, You know the modality where they stick you with needles and it cures diseases. And it does work, it's amazing. But I'm like, how did they ever come up with that? With a couple of Chinese dudes playing darts and one had bad aim. Like, ow! Oh, I'm sorry, are you okay? Well, it's painful over here. But my piles have disappeared. We onto something here. But apparently after this, whole global, economic crisis, apparently China is going to emerge as one of the superpowers because they work very hard. They don't have much recreational activity like Americans, They'll sort of, come on, son, let's play fetch with Rover. Throw the stick. Look at him go, buddy. Chinese people will be like, hey, you leave Rover. How many times I tell you don't play with your food? And why you throw away stick? How will we eat? You offend a Chinese person if you offer them a hot dog. Hey, you have a hot dog. Ah, we don't eat that part. A lot of changes in your life when you have children. What I also have to do is rock my son to sleep. Do you guys do that? When you don't want to do it, once again, act stupid. Babe, my wife be like, babe, you want to put him to sleep? The SPCA is closed. I actually used to love putting my son to sleep. It was amazing for me. But they advised us, to rock the child to sleep, you must get one of those big gym balls, and then you sit on the gym ball. And very manly, eh? And I used to, sing this Louis Armstrong song, but I used to change the words because I get bored, and I think to myself, what a wonderful boy. Your name is Zamir. You my papa. You wouldn't be here if I wore a rubber.
How do you stop your kids from getting angry? I guess you don't express anger towards them, which is very hard. If you don't want to hit your kids, you've got to be very creative. Very creative. You know what I do? I pretend to be Mickey Mouse. You know, when I'm myself, like their father, who loves them, they don't listen. But when I'm a fictitious cartoon, bloody rodent, they listen. You know, I'm like, when I'm like me, I'm like, guys, can you brush your teeth, please? No, Dad, I brushed my teeth last week. But if I'm like, hey, gang, it's time to brush your teeth. Let's say the magic words. Miska, Mooska, Mickey Mouse. What do you think, Goofy? I think that's a great idea. Yuck, oh boy. Without hesitation. But do they appreciate my effort? No. I'm putting on a whole bloody Disney stage production for these kids, and these bloody mothers still don't listen. And I'm be honest with you, you know, there's one time when Mickey kind of lost it. Apparently there's an aggressive streak in Mickey. It was just one of those days from the morning, they're not listening. You know, I'm telling Hannah, babe, can you put on your shoes, please? And I don't want to put on my shoes, Dad. I'm tired. You know how tiring it is to walk like this? I'm tired. I can walk the whole mall like this. I'm tired. Wouldn't you love to have that sort of freedom as an adult? Dr. Moosa, it's time to pay your taxes. I don't want to pay my taxes. I'm tired. They do things you don't expect. You know, I'm sitting at the robots in the car, obviously. That's what this means. I'm not trying to fist bump someone. Sitting at the robots, and next to me, my little one's next to me. And I look down, right? And he's tolly. He's totterman. His diminutive phallus is exposed. He just took it out. For air, I don't know why. At the robots, just show me that in a parenting book somewhere. I read all the parenting books. I've never seen a Free Willy chapter in any of them. And it wasn't it was an upstanding citizen. I was mortified, bruh. And he was intrigued. He was flicking the thing. Then he did this. I'm like, now you're showing off, bruh. You're showing off. Freaking out, the bearkie is coming to the window like... I was a blind bearkie. I do things that's stressful, you know? And now, like the next thing that I had to do was, you know, because I got to do bath time. I got to manage bath time, you know? Because I got a show later on that night. So before I do the show, like I got to play my part. I got to do my shit, you know, because the show is not my part. Like managing the bath time, that's my part. You not the actual bath, the roof over the bath, the water coming out of the tap into the bath, the room around the bath, the house around that room. That's not my part. The show is not my part. And the reason why I complain, because parents with young kids know, you know, kids' bath time can be a challenging experience. You know, adult bath time, when you take a bath, is usually a luxurious experience. You know, usually there's candles, essential oils, soothing music, you know. Kids' bath time is a freaking nightmare. There are candles too, but that's to mourn the lives that were lost. In the bath time experience. Have you ever gotten like soap in their eyes? Like they lose their freaking minds. It's the most weakest hypoallergenic Johnson & Johnson soap. These kids act like their face is being burnt off by hydrochloric acid. They'll be like, Like, you're carrying on. We're not even in the bath yet. What are you doing? So now I still got to do a show, you know? And, you know, I'm in my chops. And I still got to put him to bed. And I got to bring out the Mickey. And I'm like, hey, gang. It's time to go to bed. Ha-ha. Ha-ha-ha-ha. My son just goes, no, Mickey. I hate you, Mickey. Donald is better than you, Mickey. And that hurt my feelings. You know, so I gave it back to him. I was like, thanks, kid. Mickey is a loser. Okay, but I'm fantastic. And he's like, huh? Not that, Donald. And then I'm like, no, kid, come on, it's me, it's Mickey. Ha, ha, ha. Let's go to bed. Ha, ha. And he just like kicks me in my shin. Because they get into it. It's a game for them. And it was sore, bruh. It was sore. You know, it's at that point, you know, where you get up to pee in the middle of the night and the furniture knocks you there. And it's so sore, you question whether all the Almighty is upset with you. That level of pain. And it came up like this and I got angry, bruh. I got angry. And for some reason, I stayed in character. It was weird, but I was like, I'm like, you don't kick Mickey? I talk nicely and still you don't listen? Don't you run from me? He didn't even cry, he was just confused. I even made Donald join in, I was like, wee.